Hi Tony, and welcome to the long-awaited tutorial. So first of all, obviously just opening up the software just comes up with a standard loading screen, and then after that it should pop up with some projects that you have been working on, or in your case it should pop up with no projects at all. Okay, so for me, as I said, it is popping up projects that I have worked on in the past, but that's fine. So we just go to new project, and for this one I know what I'm going to be doing. So it's a game that I played. It's called House Flipper, and I'm doing episode number 3 today. So I just create that, and automatically it pops up. Now this is down here is where we'll be looking to start. We'll be using the media, the edit, and then just deliver. That's it. That's all we'll be using. The other tabs are a lot more detailed, and we really don't need to go into them. So we start off with media. So when we click on media here, it comes up your media storage, and then all the stuff that you'll be looking for. You can also favorite some folders, so it's easy to find some of your stuff. So say for example, my hard drive here, and then this is my portable hard drive. So if I click on that, okay, going into files, you can also go in this way. Just click the drop down on there. And I know that I'm looking for House Flipper. And in here, there's all the videos that I've recorded earlier. So when I found the one that I want, which is this one here, I'm going to take it, drag it over here, and drop it. It's going to ask me, do I want to change the frame rate of the whole project? And I always say change. Now you'll only have to do that once. It'll just be like that permanently now. Now because I have a few other things that I always like to do, I have another file that I like to grab. So now is the kind of point where you'll grab the few bits and pieces from other folders like music or pictures, and this is where you'll drag all of that stuff into here. So let's see what I have here. Now you may or may not hear some sounds. If you go over the music files, sometimes you can get those noises, and that's not necessarily what we want here. So just being careful on that if your mouse does go over it, it can just play the audio. So just being careful of that. Okay, so now that's done. So we have what I want in here now, and I'm happy enough with that, so I'm going to click on edit. And as you'll see, all the things have popped up here. So the first thing is that I want my video to just come down. So I take it, drag it all the way to here, and I know I'm going to just be using one bit of video, so I go here, I stretch it out so it's a little bit bigger, I grab the middle bit, and I bring everything up higher. The blue is the video clips, while the green is the audio clips. Everything green is audio. So now I know just from experience that 4 of these tracks have absolutely nothing on it. So I'm just going to delete them, but that's just mine. In most cases, you will only have a video track and 1 audio track. But just for this, half of the audio here, I know it doesn't show it at the moment, it will. This audio up on top here is going to be my voice only. And then this one down here is going to be the gameplay footage, or the video footage. So they're completely separate. So the first thing that I always do is I click on it. So it's all highlighted. Then I right click. When I right click, it comes up with this menu, and the first thing that I always go to is clip attributes. Once you go in here, it tells you the frame rate. It tells you everything that you need to know, the aspect ratio, everything. I always go straight into the audio and check what format it's in. At the moment, it's in mono, which isn't the best, so I change it to stereo. So I want it in 2 channels. So I change the first one up here is audio track number 1, so it's talking about my voice. and I just change both of them to channel 1, and then here I change them to channel 2. So it's showing the left and the right ear, or in the speaker or anything. So the sound is fuller straight away. So I click OK, and that's it. It's done. Now, we're going to start seeing the audio waves in just a few minutes. It will just load up, so I will come back to you when that has happened. Okay, so as you can see now, it has loaded up, so you can start to see that there is some audio waves. Now, if you want, you can come here to zoom out and have a look. As you can see, there are some that are quite high here. And on the top, my vocals are actually quite low. So, because we can see that straight away, and we haven't edited anything, we might as well just move these up. So, I can already see, okay, it's quite high in these points, but it seems to be quite consistent. This here looks like a very high point. We'll see what that is. And then I think that we should lower this down straight away. Straight away. I can already see it. I can already see it being a problem, so we might as well go from there. Okay, so we're at the start. This is our marker. So we might as well zoom in here. Wherever this marker is, when we zoom, it will zoom to that point. So I would assume this would have been me just moving around and moving my mic and everything. So just jerking this. And naturally I'm talking away to myself. So what I like to do is I like to try find out where I want the video to start. And usually, thinking of that. Okay, let's see. Alright. Oh, yeah. I'm too far. Oh, am I about to start? Am I? Okay. Do I do an intro here, usually? Right. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Governor91, and there we go. There's the intro. So, we found it here. And that's the intro. So this chunk of audio right here, that's my intro. So, what we want to do is, at the moment we're on the cursor. So what we want to do is we want to use this blade. So, and now, once we bring the blade over to here, it'll automatically cut wherever our cursor is. It'll highlight to the left always. Once you had everything selected, when you cut something, it'll only highlight what's to the left. So if I move over here now, you can see a very clear cut gone down the middle. Because these two are attached, as you can see here, there's a little link symbol here and here. It's also on here. It means that these are linked together and they will move together. So now that this is on here, we know that straight away everything before this point is just fluff. So it's all gone, deleted. So I zoom out, I grab this and I drag it all the way over until it stops. So it's at the 0 point here. You'll notice it says 1 here instead of just 0, 0. So it says 1 here to signify that you're within the first hour. I don't know why it does that, but it's just the case. So if you're to go to an hour-long video, which it does, as you can see, it goes on to about here. I'm not going to edit the full video here and now, but as you can see, it changes to 2. This is now at into the second hour, and it's 28 minutes into the second hour. Okay, so you may notice this now as well. So we're at 0, 0, so we've just started. Now, you can use your arrow keys to go frame by frame. But as you can see, this is moving up here at the moment. And it will go up in frames and not in seconds. So there you go. So that's the first second. Done. But it's only going up to 29 frames. and then it'll just keep going up.
Hey guys, welcome back.
So there you go.
Back close now again.
So when we right clicked at the beginning and we click clip attributes, it says here 29.97 frames, so 30 frames a second essentially. So every 30 frames is a second, so you can use your arrow keys to just go into the frame by frame. Now, I accidentally deleted that, but brought it back. So, as simple as with these things, the main thing that you will be doing is you'll be using the cursor here and this cutting tool. You'll want to make sure that this here, this snipping, is on, and also this. So you can see that they're slightly more highlighted. The others here, you do not need to worry about at the moment. There's absolutely no need to worry about it. Now, the next thing is, because this all came as one, usually you would be having, as I said, a video and an audio clip. So say you wanted to do, which I know you love to do, is add your music onto it as well. So here's our music, okay? And I bring it down and underneath here, okay? And I always make it a little bit bigger so I can see the audio files, the waves. As you can see here, it's significantly way too loud. So I'm going to bring it way down. Now, if I start this now.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Governor91, and today we're going to be continuing on with House Flipper. So
now, this is always a good thing to see, is you can see the audio, you can see the video here, you can see the audio here, but you don't know how loud it is, if it's just your headphones or not. And that's where you look at this point here. This small little part tells us everything we need to know. So have a look at this.
Oh, I got the painting done outside. I know it's very plain and bland and everything like that, but you know, it's still early days. Still early days. Oh, maybe I'll get a TV for here.
So even at
wasting money.
So even at the loud point, you'll see that the green bar is decent, yellow is where you want to be, and red is just too much. So
hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Governor91, and today we're going to be continuing on with House Flipper.
So that's what we want. We want it in that stage. But we can see that there's a few high points. So let's get in here. And you can see audio-wise, they're quite high.
Low enough from where I was before.
And here's another high point right here.
It looks nicer.
Now the music is too loud. We can see that straight away. See this right here? There's a line right here. In all the audio things, there's a little line. Sometimes it's hard to see, but once you get this little symbol on your cursor, that means that you can click and drag. And that's how we do it. Alternatively, see for example this here, I can click on this and it actually gives me the options for the audio here because it's audio by itself. So I'm like, yeah, that is a little bit too loud. Let's drop it down to about here. And let's see what it sounds like now.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Governor91, and
it's not
today
too
we're
bad.
Going to be continuing on with House Flipper. So I got the painting done outside. I know it's very plain and bland.
And that's much better.
Like that, but you know, it's still early days. Still early days. Oh, maybe I'll get a TV.
So now it's just a point of going frame to frame, watching the video, finding out parts that I don't like, and say for example if I get to a point where I want to just get out one section. So let's drag it to about here and let's have a look.
This is great. I'm liking this already.
So say I didn't want to have that bit of audio in there. I can zoom all the way in.
Oh, what you think the colors sleep?
Where's it there?
This is great. I'm liking this already.
So there it is. There's the little clip of me saying that.
This is great. I'm liking this already.
So let's say I don't want to hear myself speak, which, as you're well aware, Tony, that is an absolute lie. So in situations like that, we zoom all the way in until we get this little bit of audio, we get our little our slicing tool, and we cut right here. And then, using our arrow keys, we go frame by frame.
I'm liking this.
You can hold it down, and it will go a little bit faster. Now, there's no more audio here. So I've just cut this. And now, I change back to my cursor. I grab the audio and bring it down to nothing. So now, it won't affect the game. No one can hear me anymore.
Oh, it's a lot nicer color.
There we go. So, you can do anything like that. Or say, for example, if it was too quiet, you can really get it a lot louder. It's like, oh, that wasn't as... I need that to be louder.
This is great. I'm liking this already.
No, that was a little bit too loud because it peaked over here.
This is great. I'm liking this already.
There you go. It's louder. You can see the little line is higher than the lines here, so I know it's a little bit louder. These are just small things at the moment, and if you make a mistake, you just hold down Control and Z and tap that, and say, for example, I did the cuts there. Say I didn't mean to. Control Z. It's going to change the last thing I did, which is the audio. Audio's back down to 0. Audio's back to normal. Control Z. Got rid of the first cut. And the second cut. It's gone. All the way up until the last thing I did. So there you go. That is the first stage of the video editing. So just to recap, you'll go into your media section. You'll pick the files that you want and drag them onto here, and that's where you'll drop them. Once you drop them and you're happy with what you have, you'll come down here and click edit. And that's where you will click and drag these in here. Once the clip arrives in here, you'll right click it, clip attributes. You can see what frame rate you're on. Go to the audio, make sure it's on stereo, and set each audio track, set it on its own separate channel. Then click OK. Once that's done, then you find where you want to start the video, change to your snipping tool, cut it where you want it to be, and then delete everything behind it, and then start moving forward from that. If you make a mistake like I did there by cutting that, Control Z, and then you change back to your cursor so you don't cut anything else. So there you go. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions for me, let me know, and then I will show you after we've edited a video in a little bit more detail. I can show you then the next step, which if I was actually to do it now, say I finished the video, say I'm happy with it being there, I would click deliver, and this is the last stage. You don't have to worry about what's on here, and you don't have to worry about what's down here. We come straight over to here to what format we wanted to change it to export it in. We change it to MP4. We make sure it's at the best that we can. So 920 by 1080p. Perfect. Then we change the file name, and then we browse to put it into the location where we want it to be. Once we do that, we click down here, add to render queue, where it moves over here. And then finally, render all. That's it. And it's just a waiting game. So what I'll do is I'll edit this full video, and then I will come back and show you later about how all these things are done. Okay, so this is just the end of the video that I'm editing for you. So what I've done here is, and then I will come back and show you later about how all these things are done. So I just wrapped it up there, so just pointing out what I'm doing on the last few steps, which was I'm going to the deliver section, I put in my title, and then I'm going to location. From location, I'm picking where I want this video to be saved after it's rendered, and I pick this file, I put it in there, double check that the format was on MP4, and everything else was fine. I clicked add to render queue, and then as you can see, it went into the render queue, and then you click render all. That's it. It starts the process there and then, and that's the end of it. So if you have any questions for me, absolutely ask away, and if you wanted to do anything more specific, absolutely we can do that as well. It's very easy to use this program once you start using it, but yes, this will be a very, very simple kind of transition into this, and I will make it very easy, I promise. So if you do have any questions for me, let me know. If you want to kind of go into it a little bit more and put text on it and stuff like that, just let me know what your questions are, or let's just go over this a few times and try edit a few videos together, and we can go from there. So but I hope this video was helpful, and yeah, I'll speak to you soon.